Hi guys, welcome to Root Stem and welcome to this special edition Horus Heresy game. Hi guys, thank you very much for joining me. We apologise for a lot of unpainted plastic in this special Horus Heresy game. It's simply because a lot of these models were bought as Christmas presents or we've recently acquired them due to Christmas cash. They've been built, they've been readied, but we've not got time to paint these colossal armies because what we have today is 6,000 points of Thousand Suns in their lovely red slash grey plastic versus 5,000 points of Blood Angels. I will post some of the armies onto my website so you'll be able to have a look and see what we're actually fielding. There's quite a lot of units here. We've got some Dreadnoughts, we've got a lot of special support teams, we've got some Terminators, we've got some Fellblades, we've got some Kratos battle tanks, we've got Magnus is actually taking part in this game as well. St. Greenus is a bit poorly, he's at home. he's not taking part at the moment. Yeah, he's got flu. Yeah, he's got flu. You know, that demon gave him a bit of a cold there, and he's not taking part in this one. But it's going to be a quick form battle report, so I'm going to kind of rattle through it as quick as I possibly can, which is why we're not showing you the idea and what it is. The army lists, and what we've got is this colossal wall that was built by us many moons ago, painted by Root Stem. Yay! And the idea is to break down part of this wall so we can see. This is supposed to be ages away, but we can see this little power generator that's supplying power to whatever void shields or whatever it is that's stopping this fort from falling. Each of these have got how many hull points? 28?
Well, to make it easier, we've done it as one massive wall.
One massive wall.
28
hull points.
But obviously, once that's done, the entire wall is broken.
Yeah.
It's not just a section like we did in as...
Yeah. We did that, yeah, previous game, many moons ago. We did it as a section, as each section. This is one colossal wall, 28. We're not allowing any units back here, which is why we've not set a table up. We've just set that up and that's it. So 28 hull points. Every time we get a destroyed result, it loses 4. If it gets we're going to use the vehicle damage chart for it. If it gets an immobilized result, it loses another hull point. And if you get a weapon destroyed result, it loses another hull point. We're not going to use these because it was just a little bit too difficult trying to figure out the points.
It was too complex.
Yeah.
When you were putting units inside and finding out which units could actually fire the guns, and it made it complicated. But saying that, we did use fan-made ones.
Yeah, last time we used it, it was 8th edition Heresy. Fan-made rules that we actually found and thought we'd never go at that.
They were enjoyable.
Yeah.
They were enjoyable. I'll always remember, it's got a soft spot in my heart when Horus put down Lehman Russ for good.
Put down the dog. But, so what's going to happen here with the Blood Angels, the reason I've only got 5,000 points is because I can have units come back. So what happens is Mill scores points for destroying units. When a unit gets recycled, what do I have to do? Is it roll 2d6?
Yeah, just roll 2d6. If you beat the leadership, then you can bring them back on. But if you elect to bring them back on, I get more VPs for it. Yeah.
Try and do as much damage as I can.
The unit subtype, I get appropriate VPs for. So, because Sanguinus into you, I've missed out on 6 VPs for killing him again.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's in another box and I left that at home. But never mind.
One thing we should point out though is, in order to win, I need to get 26 points from his units, otherwise I'll lose the game.
Yes.
Because as soon as the reactor is destroyed,
game's
that's
over.
25 points.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's not a race against time, but it is a race against time.
And we've actually just rolled up for the first turn as well and rolled for night fight. So a lot of stuff ain't going to be able to shoot more than 24 inches, which is going to be very interesting. Because the first turn of the game is night fighting. We'll roll to see if the second turn is night fighting. But what we're going to do is to bring you in and just keep you updated on what's happening with the game. It's going to take forever to play, so that is why we're not doing... We might just show some dice rolls of some of the more colossal units going against each other, or epic fights. But let's get this started. And we'll go into Blood Angels, turn 1. So because of the night fighting and the fact that we've got like a good 3 foot of no man's land between us, only one unit managed to get in range. That was this veteran squad here of Mills in the trench. The Fellblade was actually in range. It could see it, so it opened fire with pretty much nearly all of its weapons apart from its demolition cannon, which is quite nasty, and managed to rinse 4 after Mills decided, I'm going to shroud this and make sure I can't get hurt. Some overspill from the Fellblade accelerator did manage to get onto the squad behind it, killing 2. But Mills has passed his morale test, and it's down to 1,000 Suns turn 1. Right, so at the end of Mills' turn, he's ran a lot of guys forward because, again, there weren't actually anything that could see. The Spartan slammed over the top of a trench, tried taking out some of these guys with some shots, managed to take did a hull point to the Rhino and shaking it so it can only snap fire. It's a Rhino. I'll have to roll for the crew in a moment. But over at the other end, the Leviathan thundered forward, and yep, it could see this guy within 24, and its storm array cannon absolutely annihilated and rinsed the crap out of my Predator. The Predator is gone. So how many points is that for you, Vincer?
2 points for your Predator.
2 points for the Predator. So at the end of turn 1, it's 2 points to Mills, 0 points. 2 points to the 1,000 Suns, 0 points to the Blood Angels. So the Blood Angels, this tank took it off, brought it back on due to the rules we've made for this mission, where I keep getting a regenerative type of guys coming in. Plasma gun team decided to open fire against this unit of tacticals and got annihilated. Yay! All these flyers came down, including my illustrious command squad, which did get shot at by his Leviathan. Lost a couple of guys in there. They've not opened fire, but we're going to look at charging, depending of course upon what that thing does. I'm going to look at charging this tactical unit here. Melter gun team barreled out of the Rhino. The Rhino's gone back, just in case I need to pick up any more straddlers of infantry.
Well played, I didn't think of that.
Put them in there and then bring them forward. The Cestus assault ram came down, did a couple of wounds off that thing. The Fellblade didn't really do out, I'll be honest. It did maybe a couple of wounds off the Kratos and immobilised it, and did a hull point and shocked the other tank, but that's about it. And then over there on that side, the Volkite team opened fire, killed about 7 of these guys in here. They broke, but because of Axilla, they only fell back an inch, and the rest of the shooting I had went into that squad there. The demolisher cannon from that didn't do anything to those Terminators. They really nerfed those cannons. Right, let's get some assaults done. And in the assault phase, the captain and everyone else went in. Unfortunately, this turn I lost 5 command squad members. I'm not doing very well here. 5? Yeah, 5 command squad members in my turn. That's doing great. But I managed to wipe out the entirety of that tactical unit. So we're going to be going into 1,000 Suns turn 2. Right, so in Mills' turn 2, we've actually come up to the assault phase, but he's trying his best to try and get this Fellblade down. He's got it down to 9 hull points left. He's done a charge. It's only armor 12 from the rear. Some bad shooting from down here. This side of the Blood Angels has not really been hurt, but the middle bit has taken a little bit of a beating. A couple of Terminators have gone down. These Terminators have charged into mine, led by Magnus the Red, after coming out of the Spartan. And those Terminators took down a couple of the Metal Gun team. I kind of need to do a break test for those guys. The Flyers are still on. We've just taken them off because it's just easier for us to be able to maneuver while we've got stuff underneath them. And over that side, Mills shot up more of the command squad, but they did the special reaction, allowing them to charge the Leviathan with a 5-up shrouded at the end of that particular turn. That's pretty good. We're going to go into some assaults. Let's see what Magnus can do. So showing you guys a little bit of the old combat, as you probably expected, the Fellblade has been annihilated. It looks like I'm going to be recycling that unit to bring it back on. The following explosion managed to kill, wounded Magnus twice, managed to kill a Terminator out of that squad, killed 2 of mine, but the rest remained unscathed from the, apart from I lost a wound on one of my guys there as well. So Mills got pretty good on that. Over there, a couple of wounds have been shaved off, and thankfully I tanked the attacks coming back, so hopefully I'm going to be able to kill that next turn. Well, fingers crossed at least. Over here, Magnus is charged into the Terminators. I've done the reaction to make it a disordered charge. So he's now going to try and lay low some of my boys.
Force on. I've not cast force on Terminators.
So, Mills has just rolled for his force. He's managed to cast a force on his main guy. Magnus has got his force going, but the Terminators did not. Do they suffer repels now?
Yes.
Right, okay, we'll sort that out in a moment. Let's just see what Magnus does. He's got 6 attacks, did you say?
Yep.
None for charging because it's disordered.
It's two-handed as well, so...
Two-handed as well, so he's not going to get +1 for any additional weapons. He needs 3s to hit. What are you doing, Magnus?
3s?
Weapon skill 7 versus weapon skill 4. Needs 3s to hit.
Scumbag.
And he does need 2s to wound. So that will be 4 wounds. These are definitely a strength 10 because he's actually got his force off. So these are instant death. I'm looking for some 5s.
AP 1.
And Magnus kills 3 Terminators. And after the set mech fought back, managed to have 2 of my guys survive. They are broken and managed to get away from Magnus. I was quite surprised on that, to be honest. Magnus is still just on 4 wounds left. Right, we're going to go. It's becoming very, very precarious because, I'll be honest, I've got to try and destroy this thing so I can shoot that thing. Although Mills has put a bag in the way. Shoot that thing.
Obscured.
It's obscured. From Mills's obscuring bag. And I've not even dinted this yet, but that's because of the night fighting rules that we've had for 2 turns. I've lost my fell blade, but I should be able to recycle it. And I've still got a lot of my flyers, so it's whether or not I ignore Mills's force and try and put some shots into that thing. The problem is he's trying to get it down. It's going to be really, really difficult to do. Right, let's go into game turn 3. So a lot of action has been happening. The tactical squad down here decided to try and do a bit of a retreat. It's been shot to crap by the Volkites. Again, just standing still, pouring some fire into them, and of course the Dreadnoughts. Scouts have managed to move up and charge. We've got a Dreadnought that's managed to wing its way around those veterans, charge into the Terminators at the back. I've killed the Spartan. The Lightning come rushing over. Some Kraken penetrating missile straight into the side, absolutely annihilated it. While the 2 other flyers decided it's time to have a go at that wall. Managed to give it a right good kicking, especially with some of their melter weapons. Yeah. Both of them are still in flyer mode. And then I've recycled the fell blade. Fell blade did a couple of shots into these guys. These guys have taken a bit of a battering actually. They've lost quite a few guys. The fell blade accelerator cannon also did some more damage and took out one of the heavy weapons teams. A lot better. We've got a lot more action going off now that we've actually got rid of the night fighting. These guys took a few casualties from the veteran squad that got out, but the veteran squad failed to charge. Oh, the lovely 3 inches. They managed to go nowhere. So they took a few hits. But a lot of the vehicles are still now, because that one's no longer. A lot of the vehicles are going to be able to fire to their fullest effect. And these guys are also going to be able to fire to their full effect as well into a lot of my vehicles. Thankfully, we've had a look and I've seen the difference in the new shrouded rules. So I'm hoping that they're going to be alright to be able to be saved. Right, I'm going to get on with some more close combats. At the end of a combat, because again we're not recording any things, these guys have managed to kill off 2 of those. 1 back, the Vexilla means that that's a draw. The Dreadnought just got absolutely annihilated by Azraman. It exploded, managed to take out one of the guys, but yeah, absolutely annihilated by him. And over there, these guys have managed to knock off another wound out of the Leviathan, but their Apothecary did die after tanking quite a few of the fist hits. The Siege Drill doesn't really want to do anything there. Right, let's go into Mills' turn 3. So, in a climactic combat, these guys are whittling themselves down to nothing. The Terminators and Araman come smashing into that Contemptor, blew it up, got rid of it, it's gone. Down here, we had a failed charge. Magnus and his lads failed to charge in. Oh ho. But then the Terminators down here failed to charge in as well. Although the veterans behind, they've managed to do a successful charge and they managed to wipe out the Melter Gun team, which is not a good thing for me because it means that any recycling is going to be done right at the back. But my commander and his little tiny left of his command squad managed to take out with some mortal wound damage. I'm saying mortal wound damage, some instant death, accumulation damage.
Instant death, wasn't it?
Managed to take out that Leviathan, so they are now freed up. I have to try and get rid of the wall. I have to destroy that thing there. That Mills is putting stuff in front of. Shroud of. Yeah, there we go. Can I do it? It's turn 4. Let's see. So, into a turn 4. The Contemptors died, but I've managed to absolutely smash those guys. The Scouts have finally died, but again, reduced his squad down to 2. We've got a Sicaran on 1 wound. We've got a destroyed Kratos. Another Kratos has lost a couple of wounds. And got the wall down to 2 damage points. And then, this team here with Magnus, absolutely annihilated. He's going to have to form up in his turn. And then I killed all the veterans over there with the command squad and my veteran squad as well. Mills doesn't have a lot left on the tabletop. He's got some decent heavy weapon teams, but that wall is about to collapse. And I've still got units that I can recycle to bring back in, because of course we recycled and brought back in this Contemptor. There's another 2 to recycle now that have been destroyed. Still got another Melter Gun team that can come back on. If he finally dies, that'll be another Terminator squad. So Mills is deciding, because it's quite late, we are going to call it there. So that's it, ladies and gents. Thank you very much for watching. This game has been 10 hours in the making, and we're still only on turn 4. So yeah, Mills has had a look at it, and to actually get the amount of points that he needs to stop me from destroying that wall and destroying that little thing, and of course he needs to get at least 25 points. He's going to have to pretty much, because we've not been recycling too much in the first couple of turns, was really, it wasn't at all, there was no shooting at all due to night fight, which has really hindered Mills. It's hindered me, but it's also hindered Mills quite badly when it came to just trying to destroy units. So that will be it. Thank you very much for joining. It's been knackering. Have a happy new year. Enjoy the rest of your Christmas, and we'll see you next time.